Oh baby, Cloud9, their map choice, T-side Mirage out the gates to kick things off here today. And we get to learn together. We get to witness this together. Exactly the full potential this roster may unlock.
There's intentions off the rip here, Chatty B.
And heavy from Vitality as well. Preempting a hit towards the second letter of the alphabet. You two lined up here from Cloud9. They're at the ready.
Magisk. Firing shots, spots out more than one. He takes one with him. Axel, no contributions in his first taste. Hobbits kept it level. They are into the site now. Relocating for the retake is Vitality.
Flamesy with a kit and a smoke here. They wanted to play retake. The duel from Flamesy. He's gone down. Kit's loose, but ZywOo's got one back.
He fights back. They know where he is, and now they're playing scared. Not looking to take that fight, are you? Electronic, he wants a double swing! And ZywOo laughs at them! They throw them both into his grasp, and he's already got a triple on the pistol, the highest rated player in them. And this stage is no different.
One way to kick things off here. Perfecto locked up, defuse comes through, and Vitality. A pistol round just like that.
You can see the fear in the Cloud9 squad. ZywOo gets one suddenly. We're counting down 1, 2, 3 for the double swing, and he still gets both.
Well, we're about to see what the response is going to be from Cloud9 here out the gates, but this is exactly how you want this match to kick off, and a smile on the face of Flamesy there. Magisk turned to him to get fired up on the pistol. Been an awful lot of fire in the belly here at Cologne 2023. Forced by out of Cloud9. Want to bounce back straight into things here. Magisk overextended out towards the underpass. Takes the initial exchange again with an opening kill.
Consistent. Puts himself in adversity but leaves with some damage. Kept level only for a moment. Flamesy with the FAMAS. Out jukes the AK of Perfecto. Shiro will equip it now. Disadvantage, ZywOo with info. Mouths are moving. Spinks holding. The battlefield falls silent for a moment. Advantage Vitality. And credit to Flamesy.
Yeah, you can see how prepared they were for a round like this. A lot of upgrades into the rifles here from Vitality in the second, knowing the force spy likely to come through. A window smoke now. Investigated by the Woog. And all three congregate in mid. Axel would love to get himself on the board here.
Oh, that's a headshot out of Shiro. And there could be more. Apex in trouble. Apex in trouble. Left on 9 HP from the wallbang, but he's out. Safe and sound. Unconfirmed damage. Onto the Frenchman.
It's floating over though. Big rotation here from Vitality. Trying to stay ahead of the play. They need to. Flames in a forward position. A hard clear. Will Shiro be ready for this?
Shiro looks sharp on the first. Dr. Spinks, but as he drops off, Flamesy comes alive! He can finish the round right here, and Axel's gone too! They're taking it in turns to be the hero, and we're only just getting started.
And right here with Flamesy being able to find impact like that, sure, it just bottlenecks them, it slows them down, they convert the round, but this is the type of rounds you need to be looking towards the kid. He has a huge, bubbly personality. You can't miss him in a room, and if he turns into a stage player, it might be an animal unleashed here. This kid was born for this, and every moment he has on the stage, you're going to see that smile grow and grow. And whereas Axel on the other side, sure, he gets himself on the board with the trade kill. But for him, the first matchup, oof, hold up, we've got an AK out again. Shiro onto ZywOo this time. Opening pick for the T's. Cloud9 finally drawing first blood. And Shiro looking for more. Spinks slides on out, removes him, and that feels like the threat completely evaporated here for Cloud9 in round 3. Curious to operate with that. They had to drop the AK across.
Yeah, Axel put himself on $0 to facilitate Shiro trying to find that opening, and he did. He takes down ZywOo. But the rest, as you discussed, falls apart. Hinged on a multi out of Shiro, one just not enough.
Yeah, you were hoping for a lot more damage with that investment here. One kill. Sure, holds ZywOo down for now, but final two, Hobbit and Perfecto, shouldn't be long for this world. Good understanding of where this is going to go down. Magisk, you can tell he's going to have a tall task today, having to anchor down this A site, but dispatches of Hobbit with ease. And the same fate for Perfecto. Falls at the hands of Apex here. Seems to be a popular sentiment around these parts. All right, well, let's get into things, shall we? I'm sure Cloud9 tried to make it interesting in the previous two, but now we do get the full buy coming forward. Bit of a sacrifice being made here at Galil in lieu of an AWP or a 5th AK, but we all understand why, and turning their affections towards an execute-heavy approach early here, Cloud9. Not trying to play the default game, but at least selling it to look that way. Electronic, with the distraction over towards mid here, holds multiple eyes and attention as the nades rain over.
Surely with all of that investment of utility, you want to commit, but Spinksy has a glance and he has nothing to report.
Yeah, this is dangerous now. They've used the util. This is going to start to fade here. So hoping to fade out the nades from the CTs. Job done. They're looking light on util themselves here. Now it's just going to have to be somewhat contact if they want to hit this site. Util being dispatched to Hobbit here. So retooling with about a minute left on the clock. The decision from Electronic and Co needs to be made soon.
Ooh. Flustered.
And this is going to be one of the talking points here. Even though there's a lot of hype behind this roster, it's still a new team. How long do they need before we can see that full force? Well, apparently Vitality, they've waited long enough. Creeping forward for some space here. That's a lot of info.
Yeah.
A good block. There's going to be a gap in this.
And that's better. Flamesy onto the Hobbit mid lurk, and Apex has taken down Axile. They're trying to kick open the A door. Shiro and Electronic trying to forge a path. Very little resistance. Vitality keeping them at arm's length, but it's Magisk. Up and over the staircase. Extends their advantage. Only the one kept honest is Shiro, and this has fallen flat for Cloud9. Nothing to celebrate. Sonic the opposite. You could not have asked for a better start if you were a Vitality fan.
And seeing Mirage come in, this was one of the maps that they didn't have an awful lot of opportunities to play with Buster. It was just in their final game to get them through to the arena against Gamer Legion, and same with Inferno. Those two maps came up late for Cloud9 throughout their group stage run. They didn't have to show their hand on a lot of maps. The problem for them is, even though they were playing with Buster, they were getting LAN reps on Ancient, and that's the permaban of Vitality. So the map that they're most practiced on is this team, or the closest complexion to in a LAN environment. They couldn't go to that comfort zone. It was interesting to see them not pick into an Anubis, but Vitality also enjoyed that map. So you can understand the decisions in the veto, but I can't understand this calling early. Clearly something they want to try and target here.
Yeah, it doesn't really count as conditioning if they kill you every time.
Yeah, we need to see something a little bit more threatening here, and this might not be the round. The bomb can't even get close towards the side. Everybody getting peeled apart, and again, Hobbit and Perfecto, last man standing.
I mean, take this moment as we watch Perfecto and Hobbit try and maybe manufacture a kill, their dream of a plan. But take this moment to discuss that the conversation of Axile. No one has had to show up to a tournament and your first game with a new complexion of roster. You've only scrimmed with them. Your first official is in the Lanxess Arena quarter-final.
There's two sides to this coin. One being, hey, you get to come in here with a team that...
They still did it without you, just about.
Yes, but the anticipation for this roster before was already huge. So going into the event, even if he was with them in the group stage, our expectation would have been high. That was alleviated by him not being able to make it. Now that he's here, the question is, okay, is he going to be swallowed by the stage, or is he going to embrace it? And right now, this early start for Cloud9, nobody showing up. Still no frags for Electronic, the in-game leader. As we're back into play, might have to operate with something a bit more default spready here.
ZywOo posted up, staring at that mid-smoke. Hobbit's across. And Hobbit onto ZywOo. We'll find that headshot. They're going to fight through middle. Apex will continue to try and linger. They've got a lot of space into the second letter. Bomb not with them, but Electronic is already taking kitchen control. As that con smoke blooms, surely this is their best bet for a round, not only with a man advantage, Jad, but look at Electronic's position.
Yeah, are they gambling here for the retake, or are they just gambling to give this one up, hoping to hedge their bets? Well, either way, waltzing in for free here will be Shiro, taking his time, making sure all that corners are clear, but bomb will go down. A short plan established, and now Vitality know they're out positioned, but once you've given up the site like this, if you're going to operate with this type of a gamble, you're more than happy to concede the round. So a bit of a non-starter here. And not the most exciting way for Cloud9 to get themselves on the board, but it will be their first round here as Perfecto with an exchange, trying to make sure they can't save. And Palace jukes up, Magis down, and more bodies being offered up to Perfecto.
Ooh. Close. Close to another. 3 to save, and it doesn't look like Electronic's interested in letting Flamesy get away with everything. Hard adjustment for the Israeli. Yep, he's got 2. Lined up.
TK as well. Well, they haven't established an economy here, so a bit overzealous in the amount of bodies they threw in for that hunt. As long as they retain this AWP, they will. One of the key rifles to take forward for Shiro here. There's enough money to buy. Drops are also available. It's not the end of the world, but you want to make sure you have multiple players staying alive in the early stages if you're Cloud9. And you are going up against a very imposing opponent here, right? We were talking all about Cloud9 because the prospect, what this roster could become, is extremely exciting. A smile on the face of Hobbit there and a glance over, so the mood's still going all right. Not too many problems.
The poor guy's been getting team killed all tournament long.
Do have ourselves a bit of a technical timeout here, everybody. Just solving a quick mic issue. How are we feeling today, Cologne?
It still kind of blows me away how full we are on a Friday. I mean, we are up to the rafters with Counter-Strike fans here to witness some Counter-Strike history.
Who's got CS2 access?
Yeah,
that actually sounds about right.
About 3%?
Yeah.
Okay. And who's here in the Lanxess Arena for the first time? Wow.
Welcome.
I love that. Welcome. Willkommen. Okay, we're back, baby.
Problem solved.
Did I speak too soon?
No, it's a tactical timeout now. A discussion to be had by Cloud9 here.
Well, let's recap what we've seen.
A lot of A executes.
Yes, AXX, and then they win the round on B. I told you, conditioning, Chad.
There you go, it all worked. It was all part of the plan here, but that's going to get them going in the early stages of the match of Counter-Strike. Plenty of time to pivot here. Pick this map for a reason. Let's get things back underway. And now the B-bomb side, you've got Flamesy playing over there alongside of Spinks. So there's questions of, do you want to try and isolate mid, which is where Apex is playing over towards Connector, right? There was a whole conversation about how Flamesy's going to fit into the team, where he's going to hold. Is Apex going to take some of those more in-game leader-style positions? Well, apparently not. Flamesy's been tasked with... oh, hold up a second. They're trying to make a little bit out of the box here. Why was AWP towards one of the extremities to lock down a site single-handedly? And allow them to play 2-2 for mid.
Oh, they might get early answers. I don't know what their Q may be, but they are investigating early towards the ramp position. Understandable, considering what we just discussed. Look at the angle by which Axel's holding for that push, though. So looking for like a mid-probe with Shiro's smoke. Waiting for a Q, though. Waiting for a push. Now, double smoke sails through from Shiro's fingertips. Just going Flamesy. Looking for answers, but it's dead silent.
This could be misinfo here.
It could be.
This could really work against them if there's a rotation right now. Keep your eyes glued towards that radar. More util leering towards Catwalk.
Flamesy's cheating back. But is he going to be ready for it? He's got an angle to work with. 40 seconds, Cloud9 looking to find back-to-back rounds in this quarterfinal. And Magisk is crawling. Flamesy's delaying with the spray. A nade would go a long way. And he's away. Damage done. Magisk flanking. USP not enough. Should be down as well to Spinks. It's, Electronic. Making things interesting. A 2-on-2 emerges. He needs to get that bomb soon, but Magisk is up there. And it's retrieved. ZywOo could disrupt. Electronic exposed, and her bow takes him down with 10 seconds left. What can Hobbit do? He knows it's hopeless, and Magisk makes it so. Vitality 6. Immediately respond after Cloud9's brief taste of victory.
You're going to be very happy with that one if you're Apex and Zonic there, because it looked like their entire plan was to play for info and lock them in. As soon as the mid-util landed late, that's when they exchanged their own. They were just waiting for Cloud9 to signal some pressure across the map here within the later stages. They were able to delay and turn their attention to the correct extremity here, just isolated by Flamesy and Magisk. A great one to pick up, and there it is. Apex extremely fired up. That's a great call. You know that's an idea that he's come up with there. You see the point from Zonic across as well.
Yeah, a lot of damage from Flamesy in that round as well. Mixing it up, keeping it interesting. You can see the spread of the CTs and the Ts.
We'd be a bit worried about B, considering what happened last time round. Perfecto trained at the ready here. Apex needs to be very careful. No util to flush him out, so it's only going to be the jewels available for Cloud9 with these upgrades.
Who makes the first move? Electronic.
This is a bit of a gap here.
Wow.
Not being acknowledged.
And the vent was broken.
Space to work with. A lot of it.
No one's ready for them now. Apex hasn't finished off any of those. A full magazine expended. And now from behind they strike. Cloud9, they poke. And they rip apart this defense. It's only Magisk on the A site. ZywOo's rotated through, but Electronic, he catches ZywOo. Perfecto good for it. And what Spinks to do from the B site? He gets the first, sure, but Perfecto and Shiro looking to lock this one down to secure number 2.
He just picked up an incendiary here. Kit should be available.
There's a kit right in front of him. Shiro tagged up now. The nade. Oh, he's going to catch it right on his nose. Shiro's gone. Spinks, can he come up clutch? Perfecto on the bench. Good for it. Holds his own. Holds his nerve in an exposed position. Takes that duel. And Cloud9 will leave with their second.
Yeah, that's why we got Perfecto in this team to close rounds down exactly like that. So huge from the Clutchmeister right there. And that's the perfect opponent to do it against, a man that you're hoping to joust with in these late stages. But this is so much of pressure applied on the economy here. Vitality back in, got the scout in the hands of ZywOo, sits Shiro's orb on its ass.
Yeah, I'll do it with the baby orb. Straight to his face, orb deleted. Well, that changes the plan, huh?
Well, talking about this pressure here applied to the economy, you can see the buy that Vitality have had to come into round number 9 here with. Definitely not the ideal situation.
It might be now, with a man down.
Just note how long they hold on to these smokes. Right? You normally see teams who are applying pressure up mid from the T side. It's going to draw out that CTU to continue to block connector, play the one-ways over the top. Yeah, that's not the case for Vitality. And now together, grouping, playing for information, staying active.
And this is one of the things that you were telling me is a marker of a Vitality CT side.
You don't want to allow a team like Cloud9 to be able to set up either. So by going for plays like this, you're able to force this default, which you now know has holes in it. They're down a player. There is a gap, and they have found one of them.
Oh, or have they? Axel, this is some serious awareness. Attending to the potential, but Flamesy also on the jiggle, gets the info. He's making Axel look foolish with an MP9. Nade first, and finally Axel leaves with just 6 HP.
Important kill for Axel there. You can see he's wobbly. Discussions about nerves on the stage. First match under the big lights.
In the big crowd, they're coming for Spinks, and he doesn't feel an ounce of pressure. Smoke, reposition, aware. The potential! Oh, wow, that's a quick headshot back. Perfecto.
Time's a problem now.
Yeah, he has the bomb, and he's caught another from the deagle of Apex. ZywOo's scout started this. It could finish. Look at their HP.
10
Apex,
seconds.
He's taken down the bomb. He may have won the round. There's nothing they can do. 7, no hope. They just have to survive. Axel would need to find ZywOo in 3, 2, and that's a Vitality round. Right down to a one-on-one with scraps of health.
Absolutely ground them down there, didn't they? Just held them at bay at arm's length. That opening frag made such a big difference. You're looking for the... Mein Deutsch ist nicht gut.
He's working from home.
Ah, das ist wunderbar.
Yeah, man.
Hey, they just held them at arm's length there, didn't they? It was so jarring with that time. Just siphoning through the clock, it felt like Cloud9.
I bet their comms were hectic throughout.
When this is the thing, you lose your orb, who can establish you a lot of map control early. You can't just park the bus and allow him to hold an angle. So Shiro removed it. Hurt them an awful lot in that round as Vitality are the ones to take a tactical timeout here.
Is that their first?
That's their first. Things have been going so well for Zonic and Co. This has not been a necessity until now. 5 round the difference. Cloud9 are still in the realms of buying. And if you're Vitality, you may as well expect a rifle round after round. We've seen that from the start of the game. They're happy to force buy, they're happy to drop hero weapons, and they're happy to try and set themselves up. Another hodgepodge purchase. 3 AKs, a MAC-10, a scout for Shiro. Let's see how... We're into round number 10, and both the AWPers have scouts.
I told you, every game of Counter-Strike is a little bit different. A unique slice of Counter-Strike for us all to indulge in.
Feels like Cloud9 are very light on as far as the playbook is concerned here. Late defaults, hoping to be able to squeeze into sites late after finding picks, and now just leering out towards A. And Magisk, another opener. He has no issues, and in combination with Apex, the round feels almost done.
That's Axel's 4th opening death in 10 rounds of play. And in stark contrast, Flamesy, he's 3-0, Magisk 2-0. Between the two of them, yeah, 5 rounds have opened up with a Vitality frag.
They're not making Vitality squirm too much in these decisions, right? They've definitely been able to limit them and have close rounds to keep the finances tight. But in terms of, hey, where are we coming? It's felt more often than not, other than the round that they gambled away from that B site, that Vitality have been reading the play. So they are 1 or 2 steps ahead of Electronic and Cloud9 right now.
Well, they'd have to do something special in this one, Chad, for me to get excited for Cloud9. Gonna get tossed around, torn apart through the smoke. ZywOo switched on today.
This just feels limp, and again, they're just reading the play here. Look at the rotation. Apex is having no issues.
Spinx is already here. One's out, though. Maybe there's something to be said. Can Axel have some impact? That's a snappy Tech9 headshot. But it's all for naught, unless that Deagle or Tech9 from these remaining 3, unarmored. And he still gets a headshot, 2 from Electronic. He's got Kevlar and a rifle now. This feels a little different. ZywOo and Magis to try and keep the win alive. A tag still from Giro's Tech9, an even exchange. Electronic knows he has to be the hero here. Or not. Giro's done some more damage and Electronic swings out. Doesn't know where the last is coming from. Magis trying to hold his nerve. He's got time. Has he got the Electronic! New in the colors, but breathes life into Cloud9's Mirage.
Looking like a man recharged, a man that we've never seen before. Out of Na'Vi into Cloud9, smiles on the face, the attitude's there, the fire's there, and now a stunner. What a massive round.
He was the only one that could do it. 1 is crazy, 2 is ridiculous, and then winning the round with the recovered rifle as well.
You could see how uncertain he was. He had no idea where Magis was coming from. I think the teammates were firing in. You heard the flash. You know where he's coming from. Steadied the aim and got the job done.
They can run with this now, Chad. Vitality, they're wobbly, they're battered, they're bruised. And this could be the difference maker. They are armored to the teeth, geared to the 9s, and Axel looking away, wrong way! Vitality takes down 2. Giro gone, Electronic the same, and this is limp from the T side.
The rounds that Vitality are picking up, they're able to just swat them away. Multiple kills, not looking in the right direction. Cloud9 have to fight tooth and nail. And Hobbit goes down as well, just ready for every duel. Magistra's his head off, and now it's just Perfecto.
Oh, and just as he unzooms, still nails it with the quick scope.
Not known to be an AWPer, and
oh, some housekeeping.
Yeah, seeing if he can throw that one away. Don't let that get into the hands of ZywOo if you can. Perfecto will find his AK, still has plenty of time on the clock. His bigger issue is Magis and Spinx right now. They'll cut him off at the pass. And that bomb currently not in their line of sight, but it's about to be.
Yeah, and that's going to make things even more difficult for Perfecto. Yep, hey, Magis mouth are moving. Information flowing for Vitality. Already, with 8 rounds, they have won this half, and now to extend it, they need 9. They need to kill Perfecto. He still has only got 15.
They're both here.
He could technically find 2 heads, and yeah, threatening, as always, in Perfecto's clutches, but 9 already secure for Vitality.
I don't expect he was thinking go around that corner and both of the players are sitting on top of the bomb, right? So Perfecto there, just trying to go down before time expired, made sure that came to fruition. And this is it again. They're just trying to walk out on contact here. And you mentioned Axel going down time and time again. Not great for him on debut. We knew the nerves would be a bit of a factor here. He seemed like a bit of a non-factor so far, but this is the T side. This is them on the attack. Let's see if they can muster together 1 or 2 more before halftime, because Vitality are looking much more dominant in the rounds they're able to convert here.
Well, that's for sure. Electronic, the exception. Oh no, have they lost a smoke? Got it. Been happening to them all over them.
But just look, Vitality aren't stressed. They're not worried about fakes. They're not addressing to anything too crazy. Peeking out, a MAC-10 to the head. That's something.
What is going on? ZywOo, he's surely a dead man. Look at his HP. Team Flash getting awkward. Hold on, Axel's into the site. Half health, sure. Good spray from Flames. He's still got bullets, but the flash is perfect. They're going to run him down. ZywOo still contributing despite that low HP. Perfecto finds the penultimate frag, and it puts it all onto Flames.
feel like this has to be a bit of a save situation here for Flames.
$0.
Yeah. He would love to give this one a crack, wouldn't he? Clutch on a big stage like this, but the decision and the call should come through. Now that was a big impact from Hobbit through middle right there. Axel and Perfecto both contributing as part of this. And if we talk about the way that they're at least attacking in a round like that, they're seeing if they're playing aggressive middle, they're luring them in, and they're fortunate they got that kill. If Hobbit doesn't get that kill, there might not be as many eyes over towards the mid corridor, and then they can't just waltz out on towards that A site. You saw how well the up-down smokes towards stairs and jungle worked. But very just simple counter-strike from Cloud9 here. And I think that's one of the keys. They don't have to play anything too fancy.
Well, consider how little time they've had to develop the nuance required for fancy.
So after time. Okay, well, Flames, who will get to hold on to his rifle there. Doesn't go down. Something for Vitality to carry through here into round 14.
Yeah, it's something, but it's not much.
No, but it's been spotty for Cloud9. It hasn't been consecutive rounds here. They've only been able to just dot them across the round timeline throughout this first half of play. But good impact considering the finances, and both of these teams haven't really been able to build a big bucket of cash in this game. And again, scouts to signify exactly that. Apex and ZywOo wielding those.
If he gets another one with that scout, look at this buy. Vitality, this would be full-on thievery to take a round with what they've brought in.
Well, this is the difference between a 11-4 half and maybe a 9-6 for Cloud9. If they win this round, finances very light on.
Oh!
Excuse me?
Just the rule breaker.
I thought we nerfed the jumping scout.
Yeah, I don't think ZywOo got the memo. Nice adjustment. I don't know if Electronics looking for this. Not looking. And Flamesy contributes. That's that AK set up for success. Team play from the Israeli duo.
And we've seen them lose picks before on this T side. They've just limped into action here. Staying silent about this. Shiro has an awful lot of space to work with, but he's being tagged as well.
Oh my gosh. All of these scouts chipping away at Cloud9. They're limping and walking a little funky, a little wobbly. That's a miss. That's a tag. Perfecto, though, with 2. Zips up the body bag and stabilizing into this round. Now, there is damage done. That scout, that deagle, lethal miss shot. Hobbit profits. Can Flamesy have a second bite of the cherry? Perfect flashbang. And a nade for good measure. How is Flames still alive with just 12 HP? What's Spinks to do as well?
Yeah, get out. Hold on to what you have here.
All of that damage, all for naught.
There might be another gun that Spinks to pick up towards mid here, but trying to take a jewel and wins it. The deagle does get him something. But now it will just be Flamesy to hold on to this AK-47 yet again. So there's 5 for Cloud9. They've whirred into this half. They've had to work quite difficult to get into things. Perfecto, they bowed them out with the double from Palace. Without that, they saw so much pressure, and you're talking about the tags. We can reflect here at the end of the round just to see how low can you go. Well, Axel down to 18. Peppered up, but not enough.
Yeah, it was that double from Perfecto, the difference maker.
Now do we see a pace change out of Cloud9 here? They know they've got them on the ropes. They know they don't have a whole lot of weapons to work with. You know that Yuto's going to be light on. With that in mind, they've got multiple options, multiple ways to skin the cat here. You know, you can just go a slow default spread. You can allow them to push, but so far Vitality have been good at finding picks. So that's why I'm suggesting Cloud9 maybe something a bit of a pace change, maybe something a bit more together. And this is it. 4 out mid.
Oh, and Flamesy. He's been spotted, but the flashes keep him safe. Power position for him. That might delay this mid crawl. Chip damage. Unconfirmed, but Apex swallows it.
Got nothing out of this here, Cloud9. They've been able to put Hobbit up at his perch towards tap, but that's about it. Back in towards a bit more of a default spread here. Electronic with the B apartment, Shiro, Hobbit combination towards middle. Perfecto tasked with dealing with anything over towards A, and Axel in float here.
Both poking. You know it's a limited buy. You're not in a hurry if you're Cloud9. You've still got, look how many nades they've still got on their belt loops. This is just a initial investigation.
We've seen them have issues late, though. If they allow the clock to get too long, Vitality have done a good job of gambling, or at least playing for the info to get themselves in the right place at the right time. Flames is going to respect that. It's actually going to bottleneck him. Axel will be hearing 2 sets of footsteps on the catwalk.
Spinks will be in the right place for this. A dialogue between them, and it leads to Spinks' demise. Flames, though, may be overlooked. Hard clears from Cloud9. They're coming for him. Flamesy catching a timing upon the descent. Shiro doesn't know. Okay, ZywOo contributing, and the spray connects onto Hobbit with just 6 HP. That bomb now loose. Now the molly's finished off ZywOo, but Electronic, his flank does nothing. Apex aware of the gap, but it's Flamesy still racking up headshots. A second, maybe 3. Hobbit with 6 HP, 1 on 2. No chance for the plant, no chance for the round here. They will not allow you to plant. Apex makes sure of it. 10-5. A solid haul. Vitality in the lead. Cloud9 just about finding themselves and something to work with into our second half of play. We're back. It's the second half of our quarter-final, our first dip into the Lanxess Arena for IEM Cologne 2023. We have got so many bums in seats, and they sell you the whole thing, but you probably only will need the edge of it for the majority of our games here today. I am very, very glad to be jumping into our second half. Now, 10-round haul, Vitality looking, well, you were telling me, Chad, looking like they were more convincing in their victory.
They just had better reads. They felt like they understood what Cloud9 were doing more often than not, and the type of rounds that Cloud9 had to win required some heroics from the new in-game leader, Electronic. Shiro also hasn't shown up yet here today in the Lanxess Arena. 3 kills so far. Would love to get him on the board, and the pistol round would be a great way to kick that off.
Oh, perfecto. Yeah, he's got to get out of dodge on that one. Shiro is pushed up. Now noted.
Committed.
Yeah, full commit to that.
This means he's going to need Electronic and Perfecto to hang around. This makes the extremities in the interim a little bit weaker. Hobbit as well as Axel are those two individuals tasked with the A and the B bomb sites here. Vitality want to really deal with Shiro. They can't leave him here.
smoking regardless of Shiro's forward position.
Well, maybe they can. Path of least resistance, why the hell not?
And look who it is waiting on this bomb site.
No support, fast rotation, not going to be fast enough.
Widely regarded as one of the most proficient mechanical riflers in this video game.
He's on his own.
And Axile. Hands, flames, a quick bullet between the eyes. Hard to track for the second. Well managed by Spinks and the Glock. Electronic next on the scene, but that bomb now ticking. Oof, and Shiro. Precise headshot onto ZywOo. He has nothing to do, but they triple swing into Perfecto. And Shiro coming to ask questions of them as well. Spinks is doing an awful lot. A double kill as well. A 2-on-2. Bomb ticking away. Perfecto next, down, and Spinks to close. And that must feel fantastic. Just 5 away from taking away their pick. Cloud9 picking Mirage, and now down in the dumps with 5 rounds to boast.
Both pistols here. Both pistols in the favor of Vitality. This is the recipe for success. It felt good. Axile got the necessary kill. You're thinking maybe it needs to be 2 because he's the only one on the site. But once ZywOo on the lurk, on that flank, gets removed, you think they can just turn all of their attention. It wasn't together. It wasn't crisp. And Cloud9, they've got to stomach another pistol loss here and concede 12 rounds. This is them just operating on the lightest of buys possible. A little bit of util invested upon here, but that's all you have to note for Cloud9 into round number 17. You have to worry for them as well as far as this series is concerned. I think it's Inferno coming up next here. And that was a map that we saw Cloud9 with Buster play against Gamer Legion, and well, maybe one we'd rather forget. They're in the right place.
Yeah, no, that's...
They just don't have the right tools for the job, unfortunately.
Flames. Been given that UMP, and it's him and Spinks in combination. Racking him up. Oh, wow. Oh, Cage, what's going on here? Electronic has got so much more than he was worth. 3 with the USP.
Costly, I'll give him that much. Decent amount of damage there, sure. I think Vitality are feeling pretty comfy here. We're seeing the difference between a, well, previous major champion, actually the most recent major champion, and a newly put together super team.
Yeah. Major champions, Vitality, and then you make a roster change.
Well, this here could be the backbreaker right now, map number 1. The investment, first gun round here. Cloud9 are into the bite, being able to get the AWP in the hands of Shiro. They need to hold on. There's no defuse kit. Util's a little bit light. And if we want to have a map here, if we want to have some competition, if we want to get the Lanxess loud, Cloud9 need to start putting up some resistance. The first half was spotty at best. It's very fluid. Look, they're constantly moving together, right? It's not like Apex is waiting for his players to just go for fights on their own and then make decisions. He's constantly corralling them. All right, we're here, we do this together. We didn't get the reaction we wanted, maybe we did. Let's keep moving. They're just as a unit right here, Vitality. It's not just pack roll, it's not 4-1, but it's definitely well thought out. And Apex has a clear idea of how he wants to finish this round.
Yeah, it's always been a signature of his Apex calling. From entry fragger to leadership to winning a trophy. A major trophy at that one. And Magisk, he draws first blood. Shiro gone. And the AWP does nothing once again. And it gets worse. Electronic fully blind and eliminated as they just kick open the A side door. And for the boys of Cloud9, this is just a helpless round. You already highlighted they barely had enough funds to cobble together a buy, never mind kits and the luxuries of that ilk. And so 13's just going to be rolling over for Vitality.
And this is the classic conversation of it's too good to be true. We set up all this hype, this expectation. I don't think theirs are as high as ours from a community standpoint, the anticipation to see this team. And so far the players are not operating at their highest of possible. You can see Shiro, he's really struggling right now, not having a good game of things whatsoever. Axile's holding on, right? He's contributing here. Hobbit, somebody who had to step up in lieu of Axile. He was massive during the group stage.
Yeah, and to just explain a little as to why expectations were so high. We talk about on paper. How about I give you what's at the top of that sheet of paper? Shiro, number 3 in the world in 2022, number 4 in 21. Axile, he was in the top 5 in 2 years running. Hobbit, he's been number 6, 11 over across a span of years. And Electronic, he's been there too. He's been number 4, 5, 6, and 7 across the year. And Perfecto even winning Anchor of the Year according to HLTV.org. That is this roster. That is the full 5. Every single player with an accolade to boast, and right now Vitality's making them look silly.
Yeah, and then you have to consider you've got major champions in here, Perfecto Electronic, Hobbit winning back in 2017, PGO Krakow with that Gambit roster.
And I mean, there is never, at least according to my recollection, been a debut like this. Like, hey everyone, it's the playoffs, and now you get to see what we look like.
And this was the whole conversation. Are they going to thrive? Are they going to make their mark? Or are they going to flounder here? Is this going to be the first in another chapter of struggles? Well, I'm out taken. And back towards this A bomb site, Vitality, they can just bludgeon them to death here. They're looking great as a unit. Everybody contributing. Take a look at the frag distribution. Vitality are playing like a team right now.
Axile first falling. Maybe Hobbit can do some more. Force forward. Flamesy. A double kill. Electronic would need the same. Only the one. With that 5-7 and Shiro, he's been quiet and it stays that way. They have gotten to 14 rapidly.
It's actually remarkable, the distribution here for Vitality. I know this is a stomping. You look at the scoreline here. This isn't a close matchup whatsoever, but the top end is ZywOo and Spinks on 18 apiece. The low end is Flamesy and Magisk on 15. 3-kill disparity from top to bottom here. Apex is contributing. We had some games with it during the group stage. He's yelling at his opponent. It's 4v5. I don't even need to frag. Well, today, I think he's decided to show up when it matters most.
Yeah. No stranger is Apex to Cologne. Second place in 2015, 2019, and 2020. Yet to lift that trophy. His 9th attendance here in Cologne. But this one is with a roster I'm sure he has a lot of confidence in.
Again, it's just so direct out of Vitality. They can get to exactly where they need to. No dramas. They're not slowed. Going through all their paces. No nade damage. No information on exactly where they currently are in terms of a unit. So playing somewhat blind at Cloud9. Sure, there's smokes. There's spam. And there's finally a little bit of damage done. 2 HEs will connect. Flamesy and Spinks.
But can we not conclude, or can Cloud9 not conclude that with this pack roll style, when there's smoke, there's probably fire?
This is where their individuals need to stand up and be counter. You need multi-kills here. One's not enough. These duels, you need to make sure that you lighten them up.
A cheeky smoke from Spinks.
B-split. It's just Shiro
Well,
here.
it does imply, yeah. It certainly implies it. Shiro's already taken down Magic. That might force them to change their mind or jump into his jaws as he takes another with the AWP. Wide position from Flamesy, hoping to bait him as Shiro! Oh! Godlike on the 3rd! A solo performance from Shiro. Hobbit will put the cherry on top, but this is Shiro's round! And finally, Shiro shows his worth, shows us what he can do.
There he is. Solo sight right there. All the pressure coming his way. Line him up, knock him down. That's the Shiro that you want to be seeing here today. But we need plenty more of that if you want to have a game of things here. The score shifts ever slightly. Vitality's commanding lead. It's maintained. Money for a buy, no problem. I need a whole lot more of that from every individual on Cloud9 going forward here. And let's get back into play. There's smoke here, so don't see that every day of the week. Bit of an unforced error out the gates. Shiro again, second level of the alphabet available, so...
Calling their bluff perhaps, expecting that you try and hit the same site, expect the AWP to be somewhere else, but
he's on
Shiro
an island.
Alone, and it doesn't matter, into ZywOo first.
Do they call it off or do they go for this? Apex doesn't have to throw his teams into the lion den here. Flamesy's got the space, but spotted now, can't get it done.
Big from Axile as well, a 2-man advantage for Cloud9. In the 11th hour of their map, Pick and Shiro leaves with another. Still the bomb site lost though, they will get that bomb down, a 2 versus 4. Cloud9 cannot let this one slip away. This has to be a formality. Apex, proactive.
He's going to push.
He's bringing
He's going to push
towards Cloud9. Do they overlook it? No, spotted out. Repositions, trying to delay. Spinks as well. Finds his final position, and it's Hobbit good for it. Spinks would have to do something ridiculous as 3 barrel towards him, and Perfecto set for success as Cloud9 will make a 7th. And with these 2 rounds back-to-back, Chan, I've seen just enough to expect a closer scoreline at the bare minimum, a competitive game at the high end.
But this is where Cloud9, a team who, sure, it's some big names and names that we love to watch, don't have an awful lot of big stage experience. Sure, we're talking about the trophies and the accolades, but in terms of being in an environment like this and being able to convert, that's something that has eluded the majority of these players. So when you have a Shiro, you have an Axile, and they are meant to have such a large output, we need to see if they've got the gusto to give us a comeback in an environment like this. Maybe this is temporary. How far can they really push the issue here? 7 more rounds necessary to tie things up, and an opportunity now as Vitality will have to stomach something a little bit lighter here. But Shiro, again, they really don't want to let them into B.
And what happens when he gets this again? Surely you feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall. Flamesy this time, Shiro's first victim.
They're feeding him now. You're giving this kid confidence. We were talking about how 3 or 4 kills not that long ago in the last 2. Being able to find some big contributions here.
Well, that's that X factor of having an AWP player like Shiro.
That's 3 rounds, back to back to back. He decided to stand in B. This is very curious.
And he keeps just tearing up their strategy book. You have an intention, you have a plan, I have an AWP. ZywOo has an AK. And Electronic turns his back. ZywOo demonstrates his prowess. Spinks with the deagle, not so lucky as Axile's double has likely secured the round. Yeah, look at the damage. Perfect from Axile. That's his round with the triple. His first heavy contribution.
Here's a theory. Maybe they wanted some more CT side rounds to allow him to warm in.
Yeah, it was all part of their master plan.
Wanted as many rounds as possible here on the stage, huh? Well, that is a big one to win, and it's finally put a bit of a dent in the finances here.
I'll take it a level further, Chad. Psychological. So, yeah, but psychological warfare. They know Apex likes to wear his heart on his sleeve, likes to go through the full spectrum of emotions. Well, why don't we give him 14 and then watch as he helplessly witnesses that gap close.
Pressure's on Hobbit here over towards A. See Cloud9 exploring across the rest of the map here, and it's very, very quiet.
Deviation from the norm.
Oh, okay, hold up a second.
We play on, folks. A conversation mid-round, but we do play on. Game faces now. Hobbit's burning, forced in, still gets away with 1. Apex will punish. The A side looking good, looking set, at least for the plant, but their weapons and their utility is very light on. It has to just be individual duels. Shiro's waiting for that fight, and Apex gives it to him. He'll be punching the air knowing he's given that one up.
Plenty of nades here for this retake. Bomb now. About 30 seconds left. Need to start putting this together as Axile takes down Spinks. Just 2 to find. ZywOo and Magis.
It's ZywOo. And it was not anymore. Electronic straight onto it. And nothing Magis can do as Cloud9 will pick up that defuse and a 9th. 4 on the trot now. 4 in a row. Ooh. A turncoat.
Quick little technical timeout required here, everybody. So what do you got going for us? I heard yesterday there's going to be some beer snakes. That was something I was promised.
Oh, really?
Is it the Roaring Bears? Are they here?
Oh, I can hear them. They have drums and they have rhythm. I can see them. Keeping the energy up.
We got Heroic versus Astralis a little bit later today. We got any Danes in the house?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Handmade.
Talent. I see a snake
starting to form.
Starting to form, exactly.
All right, both teams signaling they are ready and raring to go. We get the match medic on, and we get things back underway here. As you prefaced, 4 on the trot. That's from both teams in this second half of play. You had the pistol with the conversions for Vitality. Both pistols for the international team as Zonic. Big man, big coach, big presence, and big achievements. Has a bit to say here. I don't think the problem has quite been solved. We will conclude this tactical timeout, and looks like we might head into another tech here just to keep everybody up to date. So we will keep the particulars to a minimum for now.
I see fist bumps being exchanged. Looking good, looking good. Hold your horses. But why don't I ask my favorite analysts? Lanxess, let me hear you if Vitality takes Mirage. Oh, okay, hold on. So that means, how about Cloud9 wins Mirage?
Got a cathedral full of believers.
Yeah, we most definitely do. There's something in our DNA that does underdogs do wonders to us. Cloud9, how have we framed them as the underdog? I'll never know.
Right, it's like the biggest dog, but we just met them.
No, sorry, the biggest dog on paper.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Right now, their bark's maybe a little bit bigger than their bite thus far.
Yeah. They're called Brutus. But they're really a sweetheart.
Drink responsibly.
Yeah, that's a German breakfast. That's what that's called.
Well, we've got some good news. Problem solved. Back underway. Here we go. 14-9, round number 24. Will this campaign of Cloud9 continue here? Will Vitality put a silence and a stop to this and take us to Inferno? Quick, smart. Guns are out for both teams. ZywOo and Shiro. AWP's equipped.
Oh, and an interesting ploy. Out of the gates from Electronic. Now Shiro eats that flash, but gets away from the spray from Flames. An activation and a head-on collision of leaders as Apex has taken down Electronic on his walk. Aggression punished. And Apex, he is at the top of the scoreboard alongside ZywOo and Spinks right now.
Someone from Cloud9 has to respond here. 4v5 down a man, they need to fight.
Who is it going to be? Look at this. Posturing. Axel, the one to do it. From the short side, and Shiro will rack up another as well. Looking for info, looking for another scalp. The Vitality, operating at a man disadvantage, will look to regroup.
It's just got very static here for them. Apex getting that pick, though, hopefully waiting for the regress. You see Spinks get caught off guard, not ready for that fight, probably wanting to get out of dodge. Between two mines here. So 2 frags back in the favor of Cloud9, a one-man advantage. And with ZywOo still alive, joined by Flamesy and Magus, there is a real opportunity for this still. Window obscured. They might have to go in here, sneaky beaky like. Silence at a premium now. As the crowd, they want blood.
Well, it's coming, 30 seconds.
Shiro might even make it over here in time as well. Oh, they threw the molly into each other.
They've whiffed it through the Flames. Flames gets one, and maybe they can get something done here because ZywOo's in the clutch, but Shiro should have him. Triple out of Shiro, and Cloud9, they say play on.
Still got hot under the collar for both teams there. Molly into the back of the teammate, had to extinguish. And you can see here, if you're Apex, you're going to be trying to reset the troops, get them to focus on some of these key details here, because there was no reaction after those kills came in. Right, the 2 frags back, you knew there were multiple bodies mid, nobody moved. If you're Apex in that moment, and this isn't even the bit you're worried about, okay, you know, problems like that happen, but it's the inaction after the 2 kills back from Cloud9. You're having to wait for somebody to make a decision. And you can see Electronic, he is a new man, right? We've definitely seen the excitement from him before, but he has embraced this leadership, and he said he wants to be one of the best in-game leaders of all time. That fire in the belly is now fueling this comeback, and Shiro in the first half, a non-issue. Now up to 16 frags. Both Axel and Shiro are online. Gap in this. Slightest. Shiro works with it. Backs off for now. The reposition available here. Run boost down towards mid. ZywOo with the space required. Keeping him busy now over towards B. Axel and Perfecto on high alert. Big nade there. Flak damage done to Apex. A follow-up as well, so just tickled. Dealing with Mr. Mattersclair towards the underpass. They're not playing for mid here though, Cloud9. You can see just this passive stance. They're trying to funnel them into either side. It looks like a B split once more. This time Shiro's AWP isn't home. Axel and Perfecto, the test is yours.
Oh, and Flamesy's passing his with flying colors. Perfecto now knows
something.
They know where he is. Electronic from all the way on A has caught Apex, the tail of this assault, but it's Flames into the site. He's got his lineups. The flashes are perfect too. This is going to be a real mountain to climb if Cloud9 want to avert 15. Kits on the site, plentiful. But do they go for this? They're having a look, but ZywOo, he repels the first look out of Electronic, and now, on their 6th time of asking, Vitality will find a round. And they've got Flamesy to thank on the way in.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's a fish out of water here by any means, Flamesy. Some of his aim has been a little bit shaky, traditionally a bit crisper of a player, but the nerves are here for everybody. Ashiro hanging around to try and do some damage on the way out the door.
Oh. And if you're a newer viewer, we call that one timing. Counter-Strike is full of it. Sometimes it favors you, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, now it just got a whole lot more difficult for Cloud9.
And the legacy of Pasha Biceps lives on in the Lanxess.
That is some shot, isn't it? He had 2 targets as well.
And he didn't fumble.
Speaking of fumble, Shiro fumbled his util on the way in there, trying to throw that through the smoke, right? Didn't get his lineup so you can see some of these moments, these details that we see these players getting right more often than not. Wobbling here. Timeout to be called, the 3rd expended from Cloud9, and it might be the final opportunity for Groove to call this. Does he want to go back-to-back? He has the liberty to do so.
Cloud9 are going to be cognizant that they didn't win either pistol. You know, this was a 14-5 game. Now the 15th has been secured. Is there any more fight in Cloud9 here on Mirage? Their defense has looked strong. It has looked stalwart. But it has to be perfect from now on. And Flamesy is going for an early fight. Electronic eats the flashbang. Spray is a bit messy, but the headshot's found, and Flames falls to his namesake, the Molotov of Shiro, to tie us up at 4 each. Ooh. Thinks better of continuing that fight. Axel hits the warning shot onto ZywOo, and we look like we're going to be retooling for this upon the page. Shiro doesn't hit the flick. And Hobbit's burning down. Apex will finish him off, and Axel's already low as well. It really does fall to Shiro if they want to commit. Big find. ZywOo down to Axel in mid. Smokes are up. Shiro missing. Apex charging. Plan on default. Oh! Whoa, he tagged him through the box. Shiro, he's doing so much damage. Look at their health. Only one man slightly healthy. It's going to have to be Magisk. Maybe Apex and Spinks can just distract, contribute in any way, shape or form they can. A 3-on-3 for Mirage. Now Magisk is gone with this HP. They should be dead men. This should be Cloud9's round. Perfecto's there, does get the first, and he will ensure we play on.
Labored retake right there. Wobbly from both teams. You can see the pressure at the moment getting to them here, but they get it done, Cloud9. Hobbit caught off guard, just completely smoked there. And Shiro with a couple of misses as well, but that util, you see this just landing. Oh, perfectly placed.
Gets away.
Yeah, and a moment sooner, that bomb might not have gone down. But holding on. And Apex knowing just how close they were to picking up map number 1 here. But Axel, we have to highlight him. 20 kills to his name. He's keeping up with everybody. This is his debut in the Cloud9 colors here with the new roster. A new team, a new smell, and he's up to his old tricks. The question with Axel was, can he come out of his shell? Can he flourish in the big moments like Shiro? In the last year, we've seen the development of this talent. We've seen Shiro become a player who takes the risk, who plays with confidence, who will shut you down. Axel, that same conversation has not happened. Mechanically a monster, sure. But he cannot grasp these bigger moments with both hands and change a game. This could be his chance to do so. He's contributing. He's doing what he needs to do for the team. He might be able to find himself a monster moment very soon because we're back into the bias here. Vitality take the timeout to talk this one through. Getting close now, just 4 rounds the difference, just 4 rounds separating us from overtime here.
And the demands remain the same. Perfection asked of them, but look at this. Apex playing contact. Hobbit's got info. They'll have to adjust the setup now. Look at the space! Look at the headshot! Apex 21 and counting! As Flamesy's with him, even exchanges Shiro a problem for them. Trapped on Tetris. Trying to bail themselves out, flash out Flames. He's not scared. Trying to make the space as they do actually manage to fall away, smoke, flash, and evacuate.
Axile hasn't really moved a muscle here. Still playing off towards this position. Sound cues at a premium here. Rejigging the setup at Cloud9. There's so many unknowns. Where have Vitality gotten off to? Well, we saw this one before and we're about to see it again. Grouping back up. ZywOo, Flamesy, and Spinks this time. In search of round 16 here. And it is really just Axile to contend with this for now. It'd be way too late to the party, Alex. If this turns into a retake, it favors Vitality.
Oh, he's given it the consideration, but still concerned about middle. Vitality are in. Axile now confirming his suspicions. This is scary, Cloud9!
Impossible retake.
What are you supposed to do now? The bomb ticking as your map hangs in the balance of just one man, Perfecto alone. Every second that passes a condemnation of your Mirage. How does ZywOo and Spinks lose this? I just don't see a world where this happens. They'd have to really throw this one away. Look at the time. 16 is coming in Vitality. One step closer to the semi-finals.
Flamesy's going to feel real good about that one. A great performance for the young kid. This is the stage that he's been dreaming of. Makes his way up to the big leagues with Vitality. And a statement 21 frags as a team effort from Vitality. Pick up map number.